Subcontractor awareness session related to the product and services portfolio. The agenda of this session is the Mobile Network Radio Overview, Microwave Product Overview, Global Services Product Overview, and Build Turnkey and Modernization Services. Here you can see the Nokia Flexi Multi-Radio Base Station, which includes a system module and related plug-in units for the baseband. And then here in the top right corner, you can see a transport module and a power module. We also have in the Flexi platform a radio module, which is a 3-sector radio module, and then we also have remote radio heads, 4-pipe and 2-pipe variants. In this slide, you can see a new AirScale base station platform, including an AMIA indoor soft rack for the baseband, and then a capacity module and a common module. And then on the right-hand side, you can see at the top the new Nokia Massive MIMO radio products. And in the Massive MIMO radio products, we have a radio and antenna integrated together. So, with these products, you don't need to install any separate passive antenna. They are part of the radio product. Then at the bottom, you can also see that we have some traditional remote radio heads also included in this AirScale platform. Then, on the right-hand side, you can see that we even have multi-band remote radio heads where we can have up to 3 different breaker bands in one radio module. In this slide, you can see the base station evolution. At the bottom, you can see that in the past, base stations were a one-cabinet solution, so the cabinet was very heavy. And then, slowly, we moved from this one-cabinet solution to more modular Flexi modules. And then, in the middle, the next evolution was that with this same Flexi hardware, we can serve all radio technologies. So, we don't need to have any more separate baseband modules. For example, for LTE and 3G or GSM. But we can use a so-called multi-radio solution where we can have other radio technologies included in the one system module. At the top is the next step of the evolution. We call this a cloudified solution, where part of the baseband is in the cloud. Then, in a centralized location, and then closer to the radio site, we have the system module where the part of the baseband capacity is included. And then on the radio site, we have only these massive MIMO antennas where the radio and antenna are integrated together. In this slide, you can see how the modules are named. So, the first letter of the product name stands for the platform. If you have an A, it means that we have an AirScale platform. If it's an F, it means that we have a product related to the Flexi platform. Then, in the third letter in the radio modules, you can find the frequency band. And in the radio modules, the fourth letter is about the second frequency band, if you have the multiband radio module. Here you can see the Nokia Microwave Product Overview. The microwave product family is called Wavents, and it includes outdoor units and indoor units, all the different kinds of use cases. In this slide, you can see what the microwave use cases are. We can use it for backhauling or backbone solutions in city areas or in rural areas. Then we go to the Nokia Site Solution Product Overview. The site solution definition is that the site solution includes network equipment, structural elements, power and mechanical systems, then site design, site locations, environmental factors, interfaces, national and customer requirements, and design standards. Then, the actual products cover baseband and radio products, energy and feeder line, site materials, antennas, and transport products. So, you can see here on the right-hand side that the Nokia portfolio covers the complete site solution, all the way from the cables, cooling solutions, batteries, and power solutions to the base stations and antennas. In this picture, you can see the examples of the Nokia Site Solution portfolio. On the left-hand side, you can see antenna structures in the towers and in the poles. Then, on the right-hand side, you can see different types of plinths for the outer cabinets for the Flexi modules. And at the bottom, you can see the elements fixing the radios and the base station modules to the towers and poles. These are all included in the Nokia portfolio. Here you can see the typical site scenario and cabling diagram, including power cables, optical cables, RF jumpers, and transport cables. Cabling is one of the most important tasks in the site installation. Then we go to the Nokia Power Solutions. On the left-hand side, you can see the traditional base station site, where we have a container or room for a base station, rectifiers, and batteries. And then we often need air conditioning to cool down the solution. But now today we are able to build sites with a so-called zero-footprint solution, where the base station, rectifiers, and batteries are outdoor capable and can be installed even in the pole or tower without the need for any additional container or cabinet or room. This, of course, means that we can save energy consumption from the network end, because we don't need to do any extra cooling, because we have an outdoor solution, not an indoor solution. Here you can see the Nokia Energy portfolio products. So, on the left-hand side, you can see outdoor rectifiers. In the middle, you have the indoor batteries and then the outdoor battery module on the bottom. Then, on the right-hand side, different types of cabinets. Power cabinets, better rectifiers, and batteries are installed inside of the cabinet. Then we go to the Build, Turnkey, and Modernization Services overview. We have a Solution Overview, Telecom Implementation, Scope Overview, Telecom Implementation Activities, and Network Modernization Services. The Build, Turnkey, and Modernization Services overview includes project management, network planning, site acquisition, site engineering, antenna systems, energy solutions, materials management, customer logistics, construction works, and telecom implementation. So, Nokia really has an end-to-end deploy portfolio, and we offer world-class service quality to our customers. Here is the process overview for project management and logistics at the top. Then we have network design, site engineering, site acquisition and permitting, construction works, installation commissioning, integration and testing, and then, in the last one, optimization and acceptance. All these services are part of our portfolio. Then, related to telecom implementation, we have a site survey, which includes an on-site visit and site survey report, site installation including base station installation, antenna and cabling installation, then commissioning including configuration file creation, commissioning of the base station, and then system commissioning, and so on. Then the integration services include integration preparation, site creation, trans-verification, hardware integration on NMS. Also, it includes external alarm testing, data, and call testing. Then, testing and acceptance includes a hardware stability test and acceptance certificate, prerequisite for telecom implementation. Before we can go to the site and start the installation work, we need to make sure that the following implementation and documentation is available: site location, site configuration and building drawings, transmission leased lines, AC/DC power and grounding arrangements, notification of availability of the site access granted, customer technical requirements, and site engineering information. Here you can see the site survey process flow. So, all the way from a request to a technical site survey to submitting a technical site survey report to the customer. There is also a link to the Nokia delivery platform, the Nokia SiteForge tool, where you can find more information. So, the technical site survey is an investigation for all site parameters and elements to come out with the most optimal solution for the new equipment installation in existing sites. So, this is a very critical and important task to do before we plan an installation of the site. So, we know what is really there, how the site looks, what tasks need to be done, and how we can install the new base station. What is the length of cable needed, and so on. All this information must be then recorded during the site survey. Then, this is the ready for installation process flow. So, before we can go to the site and start the installation, we need to have certain tasks done beforehand, and in this process flow, you can find what tasks need to be done before we go to the site, including that we have access to the site, we have the configuration files ready, and we have a crane or other equipment also ordered for the site installation before we go there. Then about the hardware installation. Most of the radio installation is performed at height, and safety is the major concern for Nokia. Setting non-negotiable standards to protect our people is vital. Nokia has clear principles that will help protect everyone working. So it's very important that all teams who are working on the site are following the Nokia health and safety requirements and local rules and Nokia's high-level standards. We need to always have specially trained people who go to the site and work with the Nokia third-party equipment delivered by Nokia. And this way, we can ensure that we have high quality and safe installations. Also, it's important that when we go to the site, we have guidelines available, installation guidelines, site drawings, and all the information that we need for successful installation work. In accordance with the contract, the installation includes unpacking, inventory of the delivery and discrepancy reporting, setting up the equipment, installation of the plug-in units and cabling, assembly and installation of the aerial cabling and equipment, final checking of the installation, preparation of documentation for the work performed. We will have more detailed training materials related to installations, including videos and other guidelines. Then the last topic, and maybe the most important topic, is the quality. So, we need to make sure that when we pick the site, we follow these principles based on the Nokia quality processes. In plan, quality inspections in the field, tracking the performance of the people, teams, and companies. Assurance. Control competence level, assessments, mandatory trainings, database, follow-up with the companies. Then, control. Follow up on new sites, reporting, benchmarking, and regular management practices. Thank you for this session.